Welcome all. So my second live for this week, and hopefully I have tweaked some things. Today I'm more prepared than yesterday. So I have prepared some stupidity to look at. Let's see who's in the side chat. I have to work with the windows here, so I see Timo stating the obvious, and Jens I can see. So, and Nimrod. Okay, I have looked at a lot of videos the last 24 hours, and the conclusion is the same as always. I was reading in the side chat. The conclusion is the same as usual. It's nothing new under flat Earth. So let's kick this off with some stupidity. I will stop and comment it and reading your comments on the way in the video.
NASA, even after admitting in their website that the famous blue marble is photoshopped, continues receiving $60 million a day from gullible globe believers.
First of all, this is so old. The second part, they haven't admitted that the whole images are CGI. This have been explained so many times, and this about the money. It's not only Globers that pay NASA, US citizens that pays tax. So even David Wise and Mark Sargent and Daniel Pratt and so on, they are paying to NASA. So poor them. I like this video. Must be a flat earther looking for a new home.
Classic mathemagics with the Walter Bislin Earth Curve Calculator. Globeheads say that their refraction slider can account for any long-distance observation made by flat earthers. Okay, how about 24,825 miles? Standing in Kansas, looking all the way around the entire globe at something that's actually behind you. Remember, the Earth's circumference is 24,901 miles, supposedly. So let's take 24,825 times 5,280 and get 131,076,000 feet. So let's put that into our Walter Bislin calculator and put our target size at 100,000 feet, our observer height at normal 6 feet. And looky there, with our Mathemagics refraction slider, we were able to bring something into view that is behind us, all the way around the entirety of the globe. Now,
I did try this, and I wasn't able to do the same or get the same result as his. I looked at this a bit closer, and he used the refractions slider to the maximum 999 or whatever it was, but I was not able to repeat this. But I'm quite sure that Walter Bislin's advanced curve calculator isn't tested for this kind of stupidity.
That is Mathemagics for you. This whole idea is centered around reverse engineering of the geocentric and creating this mathemagical way of deceiving you. So now with the Walter Bislin Earth Curve Calculator with the refraction slider, that refraction slider can cause us to make observations that are entirely around this whole entire globe and behind us. Guys, come on! Refraction.
This is all stupid. Let's see. Yes, Peter. 0.999 refraction.
It's just a mirage. Well, how come every long-distance observation that is made to contest the globular Earth, refraction is so selective that it will place the object you're looking at exactly on the apparent horizon, just where it needs to be for the Earth to appear flat? I don't understand the odds here.
I have a hard time understanding his problem. Why wouldn't it be on the apparent horizon?
We're talking 1 in a billion chance that every long-distance observation is going to set that object right where it needs to be. Why isn't it floating up in the air sometimes?
Then you have a mirage. Oh there.
And we're not just talking about boats, because that's not actually the phenomenon of raising the boat up. No, that's a mirror effect on the water that it is sitting on. So it's actually making the apparent horizon appear lower than that boat. It's not the boat floating in the air. Now, with a Fata Morgana, though, you can get some floating objects, but with a Fata Morgana, it's a superior mirage. Most of the time, it's upside down, and at the very least, super blurry. And actually looking like a mirage should look. Hazy, blurry, not quite sure. If it's an illusion, no, you know it's an illusion, because it's blurry. But the special refraction that favors the globe is not only 1 in a billion chances of placing it right where it would need to be to make the Earth appear flat, but also it's selective in its clarity. So not only does it place it exactly on the apparent horizon where it needs to be, but also it clarifies it, makes it nice and crisp, as if it's really there, and as if the Earth is really flat, but no, it's a mirage. How long do you have to believe this before you finally say, you know, the probability of every long-distance observation giving me this same result is nil. It's so zilch that you shouldn't even suggest it. Let's be real.
What is he going on about? Oh there. Yes, on the pizza world, they
makes no sense. And then they'll put up pictures of Lake Pontchartrain, a 23-mile long bridge with the most extreme looking curvature you've ever seen in your life, placing the radius value at 1,500 miles or less. Now that's refraction.
I want to turn this.
let's see your comments. Yes, it was a complete word salad, and is it so hard to understand refraction that we have an atmosphere and it makes the light to refract, not 0.999 as he calculated in the beginning of this part. In this part, he will misunderstand maps.
Globe into a flat map I'm gonna have to cut it open.
Have you guys seen the explanation on why all maps are wrong? And this guy's got the globe and he persists to cut it open all the way across and lays it out and tries to flatten out the globe. But wait, which came first? Flat map?
He's showing the problem with making a flat map of a globe. I think it's a quite nice illustration.
Maps or globes? Well, we all know flat maps came first. They are made using cartography and plane surveying, and despite all popular belief, they are still made that way today.
No, all working maps are projections of a globe. We all know that, or flat earthers don't know it, but the rest of us knows it.
In fact, if you think how globes are made, well, it's a flat map wrapped around a sphere. And a
No, it's not a flat map wrapped around a globe. Oh dear.
globe is just a spherical model of Earth. In fact, you'll find this disclaimer on the bottom of...
Oh, this old one. Oh. It's so no one will use this to navigate or something like that. Oh. That type of globe is for decoration. It's not a map. That's why they're placing that text in the bottom of it. But I never seen it here in Sweden. Perhaps we are too wise, so we don't try to navigate using this kind of globes.
most classroom globes, not for educational purposes. Even Robert Simmons had to take a flat map and wrap it around a ball to make the blue marble.
No, he did not. Oh dear.
That was supposedly done by satellite, but still collected all flat data.
Wait, I have to back a bit up there. Is it only me, or is this horizon a bit convex? Nimrod is typing in Swedish if you're wondering what he's typing. He asking me, what the hell have you found? A flat earth fool is the reply.
We know it's completely flat from...
This one looks also a bit strange if you look at the horizon.
Any altitude. Even when Felix Baumgartner went to the edge of space, Neil deGrasse Tyson said,
that stuff is flat.
From that altitude. And once they get all that flat data, then they wrap it around a ball, just like this, starting at the north. And this is kind of funny, because if you were to flatten all of this out, look at this ice around the outer edge of the south. And this...
Oh dear. Nimrod, so I have looked for Swedish flowers. I have found few of them, but now I have met one globe skeptic in real life, and I had a quite long discussion with him, and now he don't think that Eric Debay is correct about anything, because he had looked at 200 lies, or 200 proofs, and he did believe a lot of those points. So I spent some hours together with him, looking into many of those points, and now he's skeptic to Eric Debay.
Geographer says, hate to break it to you, but all of your maps and globes are wrong, and this is actually more accurate than any map you've ever seen.
What the beep is that? Look at South Africa or South America. It's gigantic. Oh dear. And Australia. Oh. This Flurf have made his own research.
But doesn't that look a little familiar?
A little familiar? No, it doesn't.
Oh, you know it looks familiar. So wait a minute. What you're saying is, if we were to take our globe and unwrap it, then the most accurate thing we would get for a map is this?
No, that's not the accurate map. In the northern parts, around the area where I live, that map is quite okay. But in Australia, South America, and southern parts of Africa, it don't work at all. Oh dear.
So do you see the problem? They say that these are all wrong and distorted because
Yes, it is.
they had to flatten out this, but in order to get this, they had to distort this, which actually looks more like this, which actually is this. So for
What a word salad. Long time since I visited Nyköping. Perhaps I must pay a visit to that city so I can find some flurfs in real. Oh dear. Yes, you have to lie to flurf.
For those of you talking about discrepancies in scale of this map here, just know that it's looking like this one's actually closer in accuracy than any other map.
Have he ever been south of the equator? It's very easy to prove that that map is wrong. Take a trip from Sydney to Perth and measure the distance, and then try to measure it on that silly map.
So I have a question for you. How is it that the director of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center from 1960 to 1970, Werner von Braun, has Psalms 19:1 engraved on his headstone?
Someone wanted to refer to that part of the Bible? Oh dear.
Hold on. Don't scroll. What I'm going to share with you today may change your perspective on outer space.
I'm quite sure that that is not something that will happen after listening to a flat earth fool on TikTok. Oh, I think my opinion on flat earthers of TikTok will be confirmed by this fool.
But if you're not an open-minded person, keep scrolling. But if the International Space Station is in space and space is empty, but someone please explain this to me. NASA alarmed that astronaut spacesuits keep filling up with water. Like a European Space Agency astronaut was wrapping up a hour-long spacewalk outside the International Space Station when he noticed a water leak in his helmet.
And why do you think he had water in the helmet? When they are working outside ISS, they can be out for quite a long time. So in the spacesuit, they have 1.9 liters of water, and they have what do you call it? They can suck water in the helmet to get, people can get thirsty. If you look at me as a soldier, on my combat vest, I have we have bulletproof vests, and on that we have a vest where we place magazines for the weapons and so on. And on the back, in the vest, we have a camelback with water. And if I have my, what do you call it, a gas mask, in our gas mask, we have a connection to this camelback, so we can drink water when we have this. What do you call that time of masks? Gas mask? What do you call it? But we have the same as the astronauts, so we can be safe in it if it's gas, smoke or something, but we can still drink water. Perhaps that was too advanced for a flurf.
Starting to think that these guys are filming in a pool with a green screen or a blue screen, like.
And here we have our favorite. CC, what's CC's problems today? I'm quite sure that it would be quite stupid.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Good morning, CC.
Wherever you may be. CC
I'm in Sweden.
here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 6/27/24.
Why is he always telling us the where he is and the date?
The month of June gone already. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can believe that we are in July. Oh dear. I think CC needs a calendar.
I'm telling you, I feel like we're in some kind of time warp. These weeks are just going.
Now CC is in a time warp. It looks like he is in some kind of school bus or something. It's a time machine.
Going by so quickly now, it's unbelievable. You know, they do say when you get older, time seems to pass quickly.
Okay. If you count time in percent of your lifetime, every year gets shorter. But oh, sorry.
I'm going to disagree with you on that. It's just been recently I've noticed this. So I don't know. Whatever. Have you seen any meteors lately?
No, up here it's quite hard. It's we can't see stars up north here because it don't get dark in the night. The sun goes down, but we have twilight all night long. So no, I haven't.
No, you haven't.
He was correct. I haven't.
Have you ever seen a meteor go up?
Going up. Have you seen it, Cici? if you have, I think it probably was a rocket or something like that.
Rather than going across? No.
Uh,
No, you haven't. Have you seen a real diagram of the interior of Earth?
a diagram of the internal of Earth. No.
No. No, you haven't. Have you seen anybody land on the moon recently?
No, and it haven't been for 50 years or something. It's not any news at all.
Any man on the moon?
The same reply. About 50 years ago, yes, and I'm old enough, so when I was a small child, I did see it on television.
No. No, you haven't. You haven't seen that in over 50 years, huh? Oh, but you didn't see it anyway because most of you weren't even born, or you were listening it on the radio.
Wrong. Okay, I was a small kid, but I did see it on television. The first television broadcasts in Sweden, I believe, was 56, 57 or something like that. So we had television in this country, but CC, he grew up on with the radio.
No, you haven't. Have you seen a star recently?
No, the same reason as I mentioned before, and as Nimrod says, even in Nyköping, south, I think Nyköping is about 600 kilometers south of me. They had twilight around midsummer, so no stars.
No. No, you haven't. Seen lights in the sky, but you can't justify that they're stars.
So, where is he going with this?
As a matter of fact, when you focus in on them, they look like little circles of.
Are you surprised that stars looks like a small circle? Planets are small circles. If you look at them, stars are small circles. Oh dear.
Light or water. Some of them even have shapes. Isn't that amazing? But no, you haven't seen any stars because you don't know what a star looks like. You've never seen one before.
What is he going on about?
I can tell you what a light looks like from far away, and that it eventually disappears when it gets to a certain distance and the light is gone. I can tell you that. But no, you haven't seen any of that. Have you seen any UFOs? No, you haven't. You know why you haven't seen any? Well, the UFOs is one thing. I do believe they're unidentified flying objects up there, but they're certainly not from anywhere that you think that they're from, other planets or something like that, because planets don't exist.
Okay, planets don't exist, and he believes there are UFOs, but they are not from out of space. Oh dear. No. Nimrod, I'm more 450 kilometers north of Stockholm, I believe.
No, they don't. Ancient civilizations did one time occupy this area. That's right. God the Creator created this for you, and also other civilizations have been here before. Kind of like a learning curve for God, I think, in a way. He or
A learning curve for God. Okay.
she, whoever it may be, fooling around, with things, and or maybe our governments and all together throughout the world that we live in, this flat land, have created this animosity that we're all in, different.
So, do he believe that the world as we see it have been created by our governments? Okay.
Languages, different beliefs, different gods, all that. One time I believe there was a civilization that everybody was together, everybody thought together. That was a civilization that got out quick, or probably was eliminated quickly. I'm not sure. We don't
CC have lost
know
me
about any
now.
of those things because they might have happened thousands of years ago. And we certainly do. Well, it's a different. Yeah, well, ancient civilizations did exist. That would explain why they're blowing everything up. The fires of the 1800s, all around the same time. It was in 1878 there was a fire in every, because they burn things, they destroy things. They destroy the history of previous civilizations, which in fact were more advanced than we are. Absolutely.
And do he have any evidence for those civilizations that was more advanced than us? Of course not. Is the radio lying to us? Hundfjället är det mest nörd jag har blivit. I didn't understand that one, Nimrod.
I mean, look at the pyramids, for crying out loud. I don't even think we can build that right now, to be honest with you. I mean, look at the aqueduct in New York itself, okay, is just incredible. And I've spoken about it before, and I'll continue speaking about it, because it is absolutely incredible that this tunnel is a couple of 100 miles long, that they have access to all of these reservoirs up and down New York State. They can take the water out, they can put more water in. Individually, it's incredible. Incredible. And all that water goes down to New York City. All done in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Oh, my. Founded. I'm trying to figure out when it was founded exactly. I'll have to look it up, but it doesn't make a difference. But do you know the reason why you haven't seen any of those things? It's because you live on a flat land. Planets do not exist, okay? The diagram you see of Earth is false. It's not correct.
The diagram of Earth, is he talking about maps or? Okay. Now I understand what I meant by Hundfjället. Okay. You have to travel further north. You missed a great deal of Sweden.
Speculation. It's bullshit. Stars are lights in the sky. There are no pictures of stars. There's nothing. There are drawings, illustrations, sure, but there's nothing else.
Visit a telescope. No, he wouldn't understand what he would see in a telescope. So forget that, CC.
Comets, meteors. It's like the Hayden Planetarium, okay? All right. God can put whatever, he or she, whoever it may be, up there. But it's only going to go in one direction. It's never gone in any other direction, except across, maybe a little bit down. That's it. Never up. And people still believe they live on a ball. This miraculous, incredible solar system, galaxy, universe of all of this shit flying around, all of these meteors surrounded with an asteroid belt. That's the kicker too. I love it. I love that. That's nice. I love that. We not only do we have an asteroid belt that they never land. Have you ever seen a meteor land at all? No. You haven't? Billions of these cameras out there. Billions, all equipped with HD cameras. Not a single picture of a meteor landing. But billions, trillions, quadrillions of them are out there. And we're surrounded with an asteroid belt. Oh, it's dreamland. Walt Disney World. It's fake. It's all bullshit. And people just don't get it. They still think they live on this stupid, ridiculous Walt Disney World crap. And they think they're going to the moon. I mean, really? How many more decades is it going to take for people to wake up to finally say, what the fuck is going on? Where is all this money going? They surely aren't spending it on space. We should have had a colony on there already. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
He's quite funny. He was quite happy in the beginning of the video, talking about June that disappeared so fast and so on. And he, in the end, he was quite mad. Oh dear.
Okay, today we're going to look at demonstrable reality, and you guessed it, the final experiment. First, I want to address some things regarding demonstrable reality.
And here we have Leo. In my live yesterday, the topic was the final experiment, and Leo is he's not impressed by the final experiment, and I liked the question here. Please make a video demonstrating reality and blah 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 blah. So he have the same arguments all the time, Leo, and he have never showed any own experiments or something. I will not look at all of this video, but I will look at the beginning of it.
Some globies are saying it's impossible to be a demonstrable realist without being a globe believer. Others are claiming I don't stand by demonstrable reality, I just say it. And this is an example here, this comment from Tony. Please make a video demonstrating reality and or defining what is demonstrable reality. I'm struggling to find any demonstration in any of your videos, just claims that demonstrable reality proves this or that, but no actual demonstration.
And that comment, I agree with that comment. He never demonstrate anything.
It would make your content so much more valuable to let us in on your demonstrations. Please, I beg you. Thanks in advance for enlightening us. Tony, demonstrable reality is reality. But I am going to entertain you and help you. Demonstrable reality is things like tower cranes.
I love it. Always tower cranes. It's tower cranes, tower cranes, tower cranes, and then it's ISS, ISS, ISS.
Pendulums do not have the ability to be dead still and plumb whilst doing ludicrous speeds in 4 different directions at the same time, like the globe Earth theory suggests. That is a demonstrable impossibility given the fact every demonstration that's tried to prove tower cranes could be dead still and plumb whilst doing the ludicrous speeds the globe Earth theory suggests. Every demo I've seen done by a globe believer trying to prove the point ends up destroying the globe Earth theory through a demonstrable practical reference.
Or is the problem that LEO don't understand the demonstrations? Oh dear.
Here's a prime example coming from a globe-believing pilot. Bearing in mind this pilot isn't spinning and wobbling and oscillating, he's travelling in a straight line, linear motion, which isn't represented in his globe Earth theory, but he still cannot provide the evidence that would suggest tower cranes can be dead still and plumb whilst doing ludicrous speeds like the globe Earth theory suggests. Look.
And this, I assume that this airplane is flying half the speed that the Earth rotates by the equator. And the forces, if you're turning, that Leo disqualified this argument because it's not turning, but if you look at the speed that the Earth is turning, I have made videos about this earlier on. I think I made 2 of them where I measured in which speed his tower crane is rotating, and his line is straight down. I think it was 18,000 times faster than the Earth rotating. Why doesn't he sit in his tower crane and rotate it 15 degrees per hour? I can promise you, Leo, that your load in the end of the string will be dead still if you rotate in that speed.
So Tony, demonstrable reality is every demonstration on this earth. Every demonstration on this earth. I don't entertain sophistry, and I do not entertain stargazing observations that have no practicality. If you're going to cite an observation over a large standing body of water, you need to have a practical reference of that substance, water, behaving in the manner in which you suggest, based on your interpretation of your observation.
But Leo is the master of word salad. He makes several videos per week, and he's repeating the same old arguments all the time.
Because globe believers think...
Marvelous image. Where is the rest of the ship?
Cite stuff like this as proof of curvature. And yet we all know now, any so-called curvature is optical and not physical. That's not...
So this is optical. How does that work, Leo? You claim this is optical, but how does it work?
My opinion, again, that's a demonstrable fact based on large standing bodies of water do not have the ability to display convexity upon its surface. That is a measurable fact.
Measurable. How do you measure it? I have never seen Leo do any kind of measurement or demonstrations.
That can be tested and verified by all.
But why don't Leo test it by himself? Oh, I forgot to turn off my phone. I will not reply on it. I see who it is disturbing my life. Let's continue.
That way, with using the substance to cross-reference, you take into account any of the variables at play here. And as a result, you can deem this observation, the claim the globies will make off the back of this observation, as inconclusive, because they have no practicality whatsoever to take into account the variables and prove their globe Earth theory. Okay?
No. It's all a word salad. Give us some proofs for your claims, silly crane driver.
It's the same thing with train tracks. This is why we have to cross-reference things with observations to take into account the optical variables.
What's the similarity between those two pictures? The sailing boat disappearing over the horizon and this. It's not the same thing. You're stupid, man.
At play, and of course how our vision works. Because if we trusted our vision alone, and we looked at train tracks appearing to converge in the distance, we'd be under the impression that the rail tracks actually do converge in the distance. But we can measure and explore the whole length of these tracks.
No, Nimrod, it wasn't the king. I hoped it would be the king, but it wasn't the king trying to reach me.
And measure the gaps between the lines and see that they don't come any closer together. And highlight there's optical things at play, which is why we need to cross-reference observations with practicality. Measurement. Okay? So again, demonstrable reality, whether we're talking about tower cranes, the substance of water, or the fact to believe in the globe Earth theory, you need to provide a demonstration of an air pressure system residing next to a vacuum without solid separation.
But that Leo don't believe in gravity, he don't believe in science. It's not to prove that the science is wrong. It only proves that Leo is a science-denying fool.
Demonstrable reality shows us all to have those systems reside next to each other, you need a solid barrier in between.
No. The answer is gravity.
Yet the globe Earth theory claims there is no solid barrier in between. So again, demonstrable reality proves the things we're told about the globe Earth theory are ridiculous.
No. You proved that Level Earth Observer is ridiculous.
And now we come to Will Duffy's final experiment.
It took a while to get to Antarctica. Okay, it's far away, so let's hear this nonsense.
I've got to be honest, Will has taken a bit of a battering by this channel. Nothing personal, Will. I don't know ya. But I want you to see the error of your ways with regards to your faulty logic, thinking a light in the sky will change the physical results of reality. It won't, Will.
The physical results of reality. And what did he mean by that?
I'm quite looking forward to the results of what comes about from this observation. I don't think there'll be a circling sun in Antarctica, because all the evidence I've seen that the globies have cited so far, none of it really holds up to scrutiny or any kind of... When you look at it a little bit deeper, you see problems that do not hold up, okay?
You don't want to see the proofs that have been presented many times. It's the same all the time. It's CGI, it's fake. Everything that don't correspond with your beliefs is that. It's typical.
I don't think there will be. If there is a circling sun, then it means this place is far more magical and mysterious than I originally thought. How that would work in the bigger picture of things, I don't know. But as I've already stated, and everyone can prove, demonstrable reality proves the globe is impossible. So if anything does come out of this final experiment that is good, it potentially can get rid of models, concepts, and we can replace those things with demonstrable truths. And in doing so, we're getting a lot closer to the actual truth of the bigger picture of where we are. Like I say, if there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, fascinating. It'll never prove something, the globe, to be true, because the globe is impossible based on demonstrable reality.
But 24-hour sun on Antarctica is impossible on a flat Earth. But Leo is trying to call himself globe skeptic and everything, and he don't want to be called a flat earther anymore. So and he never shows what model he believes in. In the early days with Level Earth Observer, he used the typical flat Earth map, or so-called flat Earth map. But today he get angry if you call him a flat earther. And if they will show 24-hour sun, he will call it CGI and so on. So
it just means this place, like I've said, is far more mysterious, far more fascinating than I originally thought, and just highlights the fact we need to explore this place to fully understand it.
We are exploring it and have done so for a long time. But if you have real scientists in, for instance, Antarctica, fools like Level Earth Observer don't believe them.
So perhaps the final experiment is a blessing in one way, that is getting rid of concepts. And we can push for demonstrable truths and hope to put an end to this silliness.
It will put an end to flat Earth, or some flat earthers will have a big problem. If Jernis and Whitsitt goes on this expedition, they will have a hard time continuing with their flat Earth nonsense, and they will be called more things by the rest of the flat earthers. They will be called agents, NASA's shills, and so on. Typical flat Earth. Okay, haven't read so many of your comments. I'm sorry for that. Where did I go? There! I did disappear. So, of course, when they go on the final experiment, they will meet the penguin guards on Antarctica so they don't go too far and see the ice wall. Okay, I have been live for 55 minutes. I'm working on this, getting a better live streamer. Very happy that so many visited me today. I have got some questions regarding drones to Ukraine. I still, all money earned on the channel goes for buying drones, and donation goes for buying drones to Ukraine. But I are not allowed any longer to go to Ukraine myself because of my line of work. It could be some kind of crisis with me in Ukraine because of my work. But I have contact, so I still are in contact with people in Ukraine that I send the drones to, and so they get out to the troops in the front, by the front, what do you call it? Okay. I will make a live further on about that. Another thing I'm planning is, now when I have working internet, I'm planning to do some content about knife making. I have got questions about it. At the moment I'm working on a hunt, been a while since I started on a hunting knife this time, but I will make some content about it. Thank you, Nimrod. Nice to have you here. Who is Axeman? Make Ukraine Russian again. What a damn fool. Axeman, Ukraine isn't Russia. It have never been Russia. Kiev is a much older city than Moscow. So he's being oh dear. Okay, that was all. I was a bit upset about that comment, but that was all for today. Happy to see so many visiting my live stream today. Wait, of course, Nimrod. Wait. So, now you're a moderator. Okay, I will end the stream. Thank you for watching. See you soon again. Have a nice day.